Hello, everybody, and welcome to Sterling Channel 19. We are here for the second round of the South Jersey Group 2 playoffs as the Lady Knights will be taking on the Cinnaminson Pirates here at Cinnaminson High School. And I'm Brian McLernan, joined by Jake Clark, Connor Strauss for the call. But before we get there, I'm going to send it over to Tad Kozaneski, Kevin Schulz, and Dan Leakin for the pregame show.
Thanks, Brian. It's our first road trip in a while. We're here at Cinnaminson. Very excited to be here. You got your announcers up there. You got the post-game, and halftime show here. And we're going to start things off talking about Sterling. Sterling coming in, and Danny, a lot of people thought they may not be this far in this game.
And you know, Kay, I don't think I really did either. I'm going to talk a little bit about the West Deptford game that they previously just had at home. In that first half, they shot 3 for 21 from the three. It was a brutal game from that first half. Once they got in the locker room, once they talked it over a little bit, they came back, shot 8 for 8. Morgan Sims was electric, and they came out with a big win over the Eagles. So Sterling has to get on a good start this time and try to keep that momentum and play a full and complete game this time.
Kevin, on the other side, we're here in Cinnaminson. Cinnaminson is #1 for a reason.
No doubt about it. This is a well-rounded team, play great defense. And I think the biggest thing is on the offensive end, you've got a lot of different scorers. They're well-balanced. You can't really go to one girl and guard her. They're going to come at you. They're going to run the floor. And again, I'll go back to the way they're aggressive on defense. They're going to try to press. They're going to do things to shake Sterling up. Sterling's really got to be on their A game today.
So we'll get ready to send it back up the boot to the guys. We're going to have something at halftime and then something at postgame as well. Real exciting, Jim, thus far. Let's send it back up the booth to the guys for all the action.
All right, thank you, guys. Great pregame show. I'm Brian McLernan, joined by Jake Clark and Connor Strauss. And, guys, a very well-rounded Cinnaminson Pirates team coming in at 22-8 on the year, and Sterling has a tough road against them.
Yeah, absolutely, Brian. Going up against a very balanced team, as Schulz mentioned, with all players scoring at least 7 points a game or more. And the highest points per game scorer is Ava Stenalevich with 10 points a game. She has 659 career varsity points in 3 seasons. So she's a very tremendous talent, been at the high school level, the varsity level for all 3 years. When you look on the other side of it, Sterling has Erin Quinn, who leads all scorers with 12 points a game and scored in double figures in the last 7 games for the Lady Knights. So we should have a very good one on hand here today, Strauss.
Yeah, take a look. Cinnaminson only allowing 36 points a game on the defensive side of the ball. So if you're Sterling, you really want to make sure you're getting the ball to your three-point shooters. Every point matters in a game like this against a very well-rounded Cinnaminson team. You want to get those 3 points. You want to get points when you can, because this is a very good defense they're going up against.
Yeah, you mentioned the three-point shooting. Sterling fires up a lot of threes, but is very, very inefficient when they do so. Looking at the starting lineup, most of the three-point shooters are under 30%. Which is something that has to change if you're the Sterling Knights. Yeah,
exactly. I mean, when you look at this starting rotation, the only consistent three-point shooter in this starting 5 is Lexi Kuhn, coming in, has 43-point makes on the year. That's the most out of this starting 5, and you kind of need more three-point production, especially going into the playoffs. But as Dan stressed about in the pregame show, Got to play a complete game. I mean, Sterling not having the best start against West Deptford, as he said, only made 3 three-point makes out of 21 attempts. But they really, really turned it up in the second half, going 8 for 8 from 3. And again, that's something we're going to be stressing all day. You got to hit your three-point shots.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw them go cold. Dan said 3 for 21 in the pregame. That just can't happen against a talented Cinnaminson team. Strauss mentioned they only allow about 36 points a game. Sterling's going to have to come out real hot from the opening tip and play a complete game to really shut down this Cinnaminson squad.
Yeah, and what's going to be huge for Sterling is the return of Morgan Sims. She was back last game, saw her heat up in that second half and really propel Sterling to a comeback win. She's going to be a huge factor in this game. Obviously, quarterfinal round, good defense. Morgan Sims is really going to have to heat up from 3. You've got her, you've got Lexi Kuhn as your 2 best three-point shooters, but you want to spread the ball around still. Find the open look against a very good Cinnaminson defense.
Yeah, Morgan Sims, 41% from beyond the arc this season. Still only played in 6 games, but efficient shooting from the perimeter is what the Lady Knights are going to need here today.
Yeah, she had 5 points in the 2022 game that was played just a few years ago. And player like for Lexi Kuhn, let's talk about Lexi Kuhn. In her varsity career, she had a high of 20 points against Medford Tech not too long ago, and the team is 5-2 when she has 3+3 pointers. So at the end of the day, she's going to be a big offensive weapon for the Lady Knights here tonight, someone that the Lady Knights will have to rely on a lot.
And the Lady Knights are going to have to be super balanced when it comes to beating a balanced Cinnaminson team. The Lady Knights can't just try and run through one player because, as Strauss mentioned, a very good defensive Cinnaminson squad that can shut down just one player. They're going to have a very balanced offensive attack here today to come out with a victory.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Sterling, very talented all across the board in their starting five: Montgomery Dram, Ireland Kay, Erin Quinn, Shane Duffy, and Lexi Kuhn, the main starting five that you see a lot throughout this season. Obviously, we'll see some action from Morgan Sims, Paris Logan as well. And a little tidbit that I would want to add is Bridget Dixon, obviously not active this year, but she led Sterling with 17 points back in 2022, the last time these two teams met.
Yes, her not being active today is going to be very, very difficult for the Lady Knights. If they've been able to overcome that all season. And another fun thing to add is Amber Wilsey's older sister, Tori Wilsey, was the second leading scorer for the Lady Knights with 11 points that game. So these teams have history. Sterling is 4-0 against Cinnaminson, but they have their work cut out for them here today. Cinnaminson's the 1 seed, 22-8. And last year they were 28-5. They lost in the Group 2 championship. So a very talented Cinnaminson basketball program that is head coached by Brent Jenkins.
Yeah, looking at the 2022 game, Sterling won that one 46-31. Bridget obviously leading the way for Sterling with 17 points. Mackenzie McDonald also had 9. And so Sterling able to get the win right there. Obviously very dominant against Cinnaminson historically. Jake, as you said, Sterling 4-0 versus Cinnaminson. The last time these two teams met back in March of 2022.
Yeah, and when we look on the other side of things, back to that 2022 matchup, Ava Stenilevich had 7 points in that 2022 loss for Cinnaminson. So there are still girls on this team that remember that feeling, that loss, that were playing at the varsity level and made an impact the last time these two teams played. I expect Stenilevich to have a bit more of an impact here today, though.
Yeah, and only one comparable opponent between these two teams this season was Rancocas Valley. Both teams were able to beat them, so they're about on the same level as far as when they played Rancocas Valley.
Another team that both squads played was Medford Tech. Sterling played them in the Invitational Tournament, and last round of the playoffs, Medford Tech matched up against Cinnaminson. Both teams were victorious by a large margin, so that's something that they have in common as well. Should be a good one we have on hand here today.
Yeah, exactly. The playoff records for both teams since 2007. Sterling is 28-14. Cinnaminson is 16-14. So obviously Sterling getting a lot more playoff matchups within the last decade and a half or so. But should be a good one here today as Cinnaminson High School looks to be filled up and ready. Student section is here for Cinnaminson as well as Sterling. And guys, this should be a fun one. The number 1 seed Cinnaminson Pirates taking on Sterling.
And one thing to mention is when we were in the soccer season, Sterling Lady Knights were the 1 seed. They had all the pressure on them. Cinnaminson, a young 8 seed, came in and spoiled the Lady Knights' perfect season with their first loss of the year. Now the roles have reversed. Cinnaminson with all the pressure on them as the 1 seed. The Lady Knights being the 8 seed here today. Just something that's funny to think about as these two teams are very familiar with one another. A lot of soccer players on both these girls' basketball teams.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of history between these two teams in multiple sports. And we're going to take a quick break as we're going to listen in to the national anthem. We'll be right back. All right, so we are back, and guys, the ship has set sail. The only question is, who will reach the treasure? Will it be the Cinnaminson Pirates or the Sterling Lady Knights? Guys, a fun matchup here today. Obviously, a ton of history between these two teams, both in Cinnaminson and Sterling, in multiple sports, both for girls basketball as well as girls soccer. And PA announcer for Cinnaminson, just introducing the starters for the Lady Knights today. Montgomery Dram, the first to be introduced. Lexi Kuhn right thereafter. And guys, a very talented young roster for the Lady Knights coming in on the road for their first time this playoff run.
And this season, the injuries were almost a blessing in disguise, because now the underclassmen have a chance to get that varsity experience and really gel together as a unit for the next couple years to come.
All right, so we are about ready to get underway. Just waiting for the Cinnaminson Pirates starters to be announced here at the school. We'll listen in. All right, so these starters have been introduced, and guys, a very well-balanced Cinnaminson lineup here.
Yeah, you said it, Brian, and they're a very talented lineup that's filled with underclassmen. Only one senior in the starting lineup, a freshman, 2 sophomores, and a junior. So this Cinnaminson team should also be good for years to come, especially considering that they're the 1 seed this season.
Yeah, 2 very young teams ready to go at it. Obviously, Cinnaminson, the #1 seed, having a lot of high expectations, hosting this playoff game. Sterling coming here on the road looking for the upset. Guys, glad you're with us here on Channel 19. I'm Brian McLernan. Jake Clark and Connor Strauss will be leading the way here for you guys this afternoon. A beautiful Monday late afternoon here in Cinnaminson.
Yeah, and exactly a year after we were at Haddonfield last year, on this day last year, and Sterling played underdog in Haddonfield and won to send them to the Group 2 finals. So, see if Sterling can play underdog again.
Looking forward to see what both teams have in store. Tip-off at center court, and we are underway. Cinnaminson will start with possession. Here is Shiloh Moore leading the way. Underneath to Harvey. Quick pass to the wing, back to Harvey. Pfeiffer on the outside. And a traveling violation against Gabby Harvey, so Sterling will now get their first possession.
And unforced errors like that in a tight game. Still early right now, but Cinnaminson and Sterling have to be very wary of those unforced errors, those travels, those fouls away from the ball.
Great pass underneath. That shot can't go for Ireland Kay. Cinnaminson back the other way. Nice find on the outside. Great ball movement here. That one taken right back by Stenilevich. Now here is Cinnaminson. Pfeiffer with a quick pass to Harvey. Stenilevich, pass underneath. Drive inside, layup can't go, bounced around, and Sterling will get it back.
And I like what Coach McDonald is doing, running a zone defense against the Cinnaminson team that on paper struggles knocking down the 3.
Kuhn on the outside, back to Dram, and we'll get a whistle. So still scoreless through a minute here in the first quarter.
Yeah, a minute into this game and we're scoreless, which is kind of what we expected. Both teams having pretty good defenses. Didn't expect the scoring to get off hot right away.
Pfeiffer with a quick pass to Moore. Great exterior ball movement. That one tipped away, stolen by Dram. Dram racing down the court. That one stripped out of her hands and out of play.
Yeah, and one advantage that Sterling does have on Cinnaminson in this game is their height. You have Shane Duffy, you have Lexi Kuhn, two pretty tall players, which is what Cinnaminson kind of lacks. And so if you're Sterling, you kind of want to look for some pain points as well as the threes.
And that one goes off the foot of Erin Quinn. Didn't seem like she was looking for it, so Cinnaminson back the other way. Cinnaminson has not put up a shot quite yet here in this game. See if that changes on this possession. Feed underneath, can't go, and Ireland Kay gets it for Sterling. Now here's Quinn. Underneath to Kay, she'll drive inside. That one cannot go. Rebound for Pfeiffer.
And this one has been a defensive battle. Two teams with great defenses here in this one.
First layup can't go. That one no good. Cinnaminson able to get it back. Stenilevich for three. Too strong. Bounced around, and Quinn's got the rebound. Erin Quinn trying to slow things up. Quick pass to Kay on the left wing. Here's Kay. Now Dram with it. Working toward the near side. She'll drive inside. Laid up. No good. Rebound for Quinn.
And Cinnaminson is doing a great job running a real tight man-on-man defense against Sterling.
Nice feed underneath. It won't count as a traveling call. Will go against her, so no points there for Cinnaminson. So here is Erin Quinn commanding the court for this Lady Knights offense. Still scoreless here, about 2.5 in. Quick pass to Kay. Looking for someone open. She's got Kuhn. Back to Quinn. Quinn driving in toward the paint. Layup is good for Erin Quinn, and the Lady Knights take a 2-0 lead.
Your leading scorer all season, Erin Quinn, the first one to get a basket. Great job driving inside and attacking the rim.
Harvey underneath. Quick pass to the outside. Stenilevich for three. No good. Rebound for Duffy.
Yeah, and Sterling has really out-rebounded Cinnaminson to start this game. They've had more chances on offense because of those rebounds, and a great job by Duffy and Kuhn early in this game to get those rebounds.
Some tight defense here for Cinnaminson. Dram driving in. Can't lay that one in off the glass. Rebound for Quinn.
Fantastic defense there by Gabby Harvey on Montgomery Dram.
Harvey driving, working against Dram. Just finds Pfeiffer on the outside. Floater, no good. Rebound for Duffy. Here's Quinn the other way for Sterling. Lady Knights lead it 2-0. Almost halfway through the opening quarter already.
This has been a great defensive chess match between both coaches. Sterling's done a very impressive job with the 2-3 zone.
Layup can't go for Montgomery. Dram, Cinnaminson back the other way. Still looking for their first bucket. Nice feed underneath. Driving in. And it'll go the other way. Looked like Stenilevich stepped out.
Yeah, and Sterling's doing a really good job on the offensive side. They're getting into the paint, they're driving well, and they're getting those layups. They just haven't been getting them to fall. If Sterling gets a couple more of those layups to fall, we're looking at an 8-0 run to start out this game. So if you're Sterling, you've got to be happy with how you're playing. You just got to get those layups to fall.
Maddie Sims and Morgan Sims checking in for the Lady Knights. The two sisters drive inside for Quinn, stripped out. And it'll be Cinnaminson basketball.
Yeah, Strauss, we also have to give major credit to Cinnaminson, who's done a great job running that man defense. Erin Quinn with a tough basket at the rim, or we could still be looking at a 0-0 ball game.
Stenilevich on the outside. Quick find to Harvey. Great ball movement here by Cinnaminson. And we'll get a whistle here toward the near side Sterling bench. Look to be on Montgomery Dram. So here's Pfeiffer to inbound it quickly to Harvey. Harvey at center court finds Stenilevich. Back to Harvey. 3.5 remaining in the opening quarter. Three ball at the top of the key, cannot go. Sims with the rebound.
And Sterling is going to keep running this zone defense and is okay with Cinnaminson getting those looks from the perimeter because they just can't convert.
Here's Montgomery Dram, sees a lane, drives inside, swatted away. Floater up by Sims, no good. Second try, it can't go, but a foul. And that's going to send Sims to the line.
Yeah, and a great job there from Sims to draw the contact and get the foul. The paint play has been tight defense from Cinnaminson, but a good job from Sims to draw the foul and hopefully get some points at the line, which are going to be huge in a game like this.
First shot for Sims, no good off the front of the rim. Sims a 100% free throw shooter until that shot. So here comes Sims' second. Too strong. And the rebound for Nora Quinn. Cinnaminson back the other way. Stenilevich. Out to Harvey. And finds Ritter, back to Harvey. Here's a 3-ball. It's good. Nothing but net for Gabby Harvey, and we'll get our first time out of the game.
And those are the looks that you're going to give up when running this 2-3 zone. Nice job by Cinnaminson to quickly move the ball, get it to their best three-point shooter, and Gabby Harvey, and she knocks it down from the top of the key.
32nd three-point make this year for Gabby Harvey, and that'll put the Cinnaminson Pirates on top 3-2.
And she's a real talent. Had 3 3-point makes and 13 points at Cherokee on February 11th. When she gets going, she's a real force to be reckoned with for this Cinnaminson Pirates team.
Yeah, and something else to look at. Her brothers are Noah and Drew Harvey. They're on the Cinnaminson boys basketball team, and Jake, we both remember them being very talented players.
They came into our place their freshman year, our sophomore year, 2 years ago, and they were really talented. And it looked like on paper Sterling should have steamrolled Cinnaminson, but the Harvey twins did a great job of making that game close, and it was a fun one at the Castle.
Sterling facing their first deficit here in this one. They trail 3-2 in this opening quarter. Sterling on the attack. Here is Sims in the corner. Quick find to Dram. Dram on the wing gets it stripped out. It'll remain Sterling ball.
Cinnaminson is doing a fantastic job of pressing up and giving zero space for the Sterling ball handlers. Nice job from Coach Brent Jenkins in the chess match between him and Coach McDonald.
Nice feed underneath to Kay. She'll chuck that shot up. It can't go. Rebound for Harvey.
Yeah, so Sterling only down 1, but they really should be up a couple points right now. They've had so many good opportunities to start this game out. They just can't get the shots to fall.
Harvey at the top of the key. Quick find to Rittler underneath. 2 more. We'll get a whistle. Looks to be against Sterling. It'll be Maddie Sims. Stenilevich to inbound. Looking for someone open. Just finds Harvey. Harvey driving inside. Floats the shot up. It's good. Count the bucket and the foul for Gabby Harvey.
That's a nice job finding the soft spot in that zone, and Harvey not afraid to be great down in the low post, makes the play, converts the shot. Now's a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play.
Gabby Harvey, the lone scorer for Cinnaminson so far here in this first quarter, as Shane Duffy will check in for Maddie Sims.
I like this move by Coach McDonald, putting Shane Duffy back in the game and trying to really win down in the low post.
The lone shot is good for Gabby Harvey, and she's got 6 points in this opening quarter.
All 6 of Cinnaminson's points are kudos to Gabby Harvey, and a nice job converting at the line. 81% free throw shooter, the best on the Pirates team.
Sterling trailing by 4 here in this opening quarter. Glad you're with us here on Channel 19 for the second round of the Group 2 playoffs for girls basketball. Great pass inside. The layup is good for Montgomery Dram. It's a 2-point game.
Fantastic cut by Montgomery Dram and a pretty pass from Erin Quinn to get that basket to go.
Yeah, and Shane Duffy being back in the game means that Cinnaminson isn't expecting players like Montgomery Dram to be in the paint, who are a little shorter. So it kind of caught them by surprise, and a good job by Dram there finishing.
Stenilevich trapped in a corner. The ball goes out of play. It will remain Cinnaminson ball.
That was a high IQ play there by Stenilevich to just bounce that one off of the shin of Erin Quinn to go out of play and maintain possession.
Cinnaminson with a 2-point lead, looking to answer back after the Sterling bucket, stolen away by Ireland Kay. Now here's Quinn with it for the Lady Knights. Quick pass to Dram. Dram driving inside, floats it for Sims. Sims in the corner, back to Dram. Great pass to Quinn, lays it up. It is no good. She gets her own rebound, but it's stolen away by Cinnaminson.
Yeah, a lot of contact on that rebound there. I think Quinn was looking for a foul.
Drive inside, there'll be a foul on that one. Looks to be against Sterling. Looks to be against Shane Duffy. So already the team's 4th foul here in the quarter. First for Shane Duffy. So Stenilevich at the line. First shot, nothing but net.
Cinnaminson is a team, too, that on paper struggles at the line. Stenilevich, just a 32% free throw shooter. Something to be wary of if this game gets close and comes down to free throws.
Second shot is good for Stenilevich, so she starts 2 for 2 from the line. Sterling facing a 4-point deficit yet again. A minute remains here in this opening quarter. Quick pass to Dram. Dram driving in, lay it up, no good. Duffy gets the rebound. And that one's stolen right away by Shiloh Moore. Great long pass to Stenilevich. She'll drive inside, can't lay it up and in. And we'll get a foul inside the paint. It'll be against Sterling yet again. Looks to be against Ireland Kay. It'll be her first, team's fifth.
Yeah, so that puts Cinnaminson in the bonus with 42 seconds left. And if you're Sterling, you really can't let up to end this first quarter out. You've got them in a 4-point lead, but you've been playing well. You don't want to let them get on a run to end this quarter. That's not going to be good because you want to have something to build on for the second quarter. You don't want to go into the second quarter giving up a run.
Harvey misses her first. Here comes her second. And it's good. So a 9-4 Pirates lead. 40 seconds remain here in the first quarter. And it goes out of play. It'll remain Sterling ball.
And Cinnaminson is playing such tight defense right as the Lady Knights pass half court. They got to find a lot of success away from the ball.
So Quinn trying to keep it in play. Her foot went out. It'll be Cinnaminson ball with 36.7 seconds to go.
Yeah, and talking to girls on the team this week, they were talking about how good this Cinnaminson defense is and how they're really going to have to adapt to this defense. So it's only the first quarter, and they definitely need to adapt to the type of defense that Cinnaminson plays.
Pass underneath. The top of the key. Mid-range jumper is good for Gabby Harvey, and a strong first quarter for her as the Pirates now lead by 7. Less than 10 to shoot. Dram driving inside. And a whistle. Looks to be on Cinnaminson. So the clock stopping with 5.9 seconds. Sterling most likely their final chance at a bucket here in the quarter. Kay will chuck up a prayer. It will not go. And the clock will stop with 1.2 seconds. We'll just assume that Cinnaminson will just dribble this quarter out as they hold a 7-point lead over the Lady Knights. Quick pass, and that will do it. A strong opening quarter for both defenses, but Cinnaminson leading the way 11-4 over the Sterling Lady Knights. Second quarter action coming up right after this. Hello everybody, welcome back to Sterling Channel 19. Lady Knights trail the Cinnaminson Pirates 11-4 as this second quarter is underway. Glad you're with us here at the Castle. I'm Brian McLernan, joined by Jake Clark and Connor Strauss. And Cinnaminson with another takeaway to start the quarter. Harvey driving, nice feed underneath to Stenilevich. And a foul inside the paint looks to go against Shane Duffy, her second.
Sterling's in a lot of foul trouble early. Their 6th team foul, first of the quarter, and they pick it up 15 seconds into the second. Duffy's second personal. She's got to play a little careful throughout this second quarter now.
First shot is good for Stenilevich. That now makes her 3 for 3 at the line so far today. Second shot, that cannot go. Sims with the rebound. So now A 12-4 Pirates lead. Here's Kay driving inside. We'll get a whistle and a foul.
Yeah, and what Cinnaminson has done a really good job of is cutting off Sterling's passing lanes. It feels like every pass that Sterling tries to attempt is getting cut off, and it's kind of a prayer every time that they throw up a pass. Take another look there, just out of bounds, and Sterling maintains possession, but they're really cutting off any passing lane that Sterling has had this game.
The Lady Knights need to do a better job, and we were talking in the break, moving off the ball. They've really struggled because they've been getting so tightly guarded as soon as they cross half court. They have to do a better job of working away from the ball, finding good cuts to the rim, and getting baskets that way.
Quinn able to get it back for Sterling. Quick find to Duffy. Now underneath to Quinn. She loses it, but we'll get a foul. It'll be against Cinnaminson.
And so far, we've seen all advantages Cinnaminson on the defensive end, but now you see playing aggressive leads to a little bit more foul trouble. 2 fouls back-to-back in opening possessions.
Kay to inbound from the far side, underneath to Sims. Some tight defense by Pfeiffer. Now here's Dram. She wants a 3. It's no good off the glass. Rebound for Nora Quinn. So here's Harvey the other way for Cinnaminson. That pass is tipped, but Cinnaminson able to get it back. Pfeiffer driving. Nice find in the corner. Back out to Harvey at the key. Now Stenilevich, the right wing. Great ball movement. Stenilevich for 3. No good. Bouncing around. Cinnaminson's got it. Layup is good for Shiloh Moore. Her first bucket of the day. And we'll get a timeout here for Sterling.
Yeah, and a good second chance attempt there from Cinnaminson. But if you're Sterling, if you're Shane Duffy, you have to have that rebound. You have the height on them, and you almost had the rebound. You cannot let them get that rebound back.
Good timeout from Coach McDonald. You now trail by 10 and have almost got nothing going offensively. They really need to figure out how to stop the Cinnaminson attack and how to maybe get out on a break a couple times to try and get some easy transition points. Because right now, whatever is working or whatever they have going for them in the half-court set just isn't getting the job done.
Yeah, Sterling right now facing their largest deficit of the day, 14-4 in favor of the Cinnaminson Pirates. And guys, just not a favorable start for the Lady Knights. Got to really get something going. And I'm very much so wondering what Coach McDonald is discussing in her timeout right now.
Well, I mean, you have to figure they have to stop Gabby Harvey, who's really lit it up. She had 6 points, I believe maybe even 8 in that first quarter. And we talk about how well-rounded this Cinnaminson team is, so you can't just put or double Gabby Harvey. You have to be able to have one player on each of the Cinnaminson players at all times. Can't really double anybody or else you're going to get burned by leaving somebody wide open. And then on the offensive end, I think that she's probably just telling them they have to cut away from the ball. Somebody has to make a quick move to try and go to the rim and get an easy layup because they've been getting pressed as soon as they get to half court.
Yeah, as we discussed in the pregame, this Cinnaminson Pirates lineup very well balanced. Can't really look at one sole player. A heaved pass from Kay. It'll go out of play as it goes off the hands of Erin Quinn.
Yeah, and those are the kind of passes that Sterling has had to do just to get a pass off in this game. And if you're Sterling, you really have to move more off the ball. But Cinnaminson is doing a great job of closing down in their off-ball play.
Cinnaminson has had a ton of deflected passes here today. We saw another example of that right there from Stenilevich.
And for those tuning in at home, the score is 14-4.
And a bit of a violation there as Dram's foot stepped over the half-court line, so it'll be Cinnaminson basketball.
Yes, Cinnaminson leads this one 14-4 with about 6:30 left in the second quarter. Thanks for tuning in with us here on Channel 19.
That one goes off the hands of Moore out of play, so Sterling will get it back. Again, as both Jake and Strauss said, 14-4 in favor of Cinnaminson. A little less than 6.5 to go here in the first half. Sterling has a lot of work to do here in this quarter if they want to get back in it. Quinn to inbound it from the far side. Kay able to keep it in. Drives inside the paint. That one's swatted away. So we get a foul.
And if you're Sterling, this is what you have to do. Attack the rim and get chances at the charity stripe, and you have to convert because every shot is important now down 10 with a good defensive Cinnaminson team.
Ireland Kay at the line for the Lady Knights, a 67% free throw shooter. First one goes for Ireland Kay. The foul was against Nora Quinn. her second. Substitution made for Cinnaminson as Guthrie checks in for Nora Quinn. Kay's second shot is good. So now an 8-point deficit in favor of Cinnaminson, 14-6.
Yeah, and 2 big points at the line there for Ireland K. And if you're Sterling, you want to make sure that you're not getting frustrated. Obviously, it's a very good Cinnaminson defense, but you want to make sure that you keep your composure and play your game.
Nice feed to Stenilevich. Layup is good. And it's back to a 10-point game.
And those are the kind of cuts that Sterling needs to make. Nice job by Stenilevich finding the soft spot in the zone and making something happen.
Goes out of play as it was swatted away by a Cinnaminson defender, but Sterling will have possession. Great pass to Quinn. The shot does not go, but a foul called. Looks to be against Shiloh Moore.
Sterling's approach right now is really good, and I like what Coach McDonald did out of the timeout there, really attacking the rim and forcing Cinnaminson to foul or make a great defensive play and forcing Sterling to get to the line with their good free throw shooters. Aaron Quinn knocks down the first.
Yeah, Aaron Quinn, a 71% free throw shooter coming in. Second shot for Quinn does not go. Sims with the rebound, but a foul is called, and Sims can't believe it. Maddie Sims a little dumbfounded after the foul. It'll be Cinnaminson ball.
Yeah, and what would have been a big point for Sterling was getting that ball back, but foul called, that was, you could see the frustration from Sterling on that one.
Aaron Quinn able to get it back for the Lady Knights. The pass towards Kay, she's able to corral it, loses it, now gets it back. Some wild ball movement here for the Lady Knights. Kay wants a 3. She's got it! Ireland Kay from downtown makes it a 16-10 game.
That was a nice pass from Montgomery Dram. Kay just too much space in the corner. She knocked it down, and now the Knights have a little momentum.
Harvey, quick pass to Stenilevich. Drives in, nice pass underneath to Moore. Moore is trapped. She steps out of play. Looks to remain Cinnaminson ball. Rittler checks in for Izzy Guthrie. Pass underneath, stolen away by Kay. Now Quinn has it for the Lady Knights. Lady Knights trail 16-10 here in the second quarter. Some tight defense from Moore. Quinn driving, floats it up, no good. Bounced around Kay with the offensive rebound. Sims, 3 ball, yes! Morgan Sims for 3, timeout for Cinnaminson. It's a 16-13 game, and the Pirates fans have been silenced.
A real deep 3 from Cinnaminson, or from Morgan Sims too. Almost a logo shot to make it a 3-point game, and Sterling is erupting right now.
She pulled up from the Pirates logo on the court and knocked that one down. Any space from beyond the arc is too much space, and Cinnaminson learned the tough way. Morgan Sims, a huge 3 to make this a 3-point ball game.
And Jake, we talked about before the game how important getting those 3s was going to be against a good Cinnaminson defense, and a great job there from Sims, as that's a huge momentum shift. Sterling has all the momentum right now, and they want to make sure that they keep that coming out of this timeout.
That's a great play from a great player in Morgan Sims, really just showing out when the team needed her most, being a senior leader, and Coach McDonald is happy to have her back from injury.
So both teams coming out of the timeout. Cinnaminson still with a 16-13 lead, 4:38 to go in this second quarter. Sterling finally getting the momentum that they need, going on a bit of a run here in the second quarter. Glad to see it.
And that play happens because of a couple offensive rebounds, the most notable by Ireland Kay down in the low post. Sterling really has to control the boards, and good things are going to happen.
Pass over to Moore. Now here's Rittler. Rittler, 3 ball, too strong. Rebound for Quinn, and we'll get a jump ball. And it's going to be Cinnaminson ball. Quick substitution as Quinn will check in for Pfeiffer. Quick pass into the paint. Shot is good for Nora Quinn.
Good inbound play there by Coach Jenkins. Finds the soft spot in the zone.
Dram's shot cannot go. Rebound for Quinn. Sterling getting back on defense quickly. Layup does not go. Sims with the rebound. Pass was tipped. Dram comes up with it. Now here's Quinn. Lady Knights trail 18-13. Gets it stripped out of the hands. It'll remain Sterling basketball.
And we've seen Cinnaminson be super aggressive out on the perimeter. A lot of physicality from the Pirates and a lot of no calls, but I like how the officials are letting them play here today.
Here's Quinn near the Pirates logo. Working against Moore. She'll drive inside herself. Nice feed to Sims. Layup too strong, and the rebound for Nora Quinn. Great pass to Moore. Able to find Rittler. Rittler driving in. That layup good for Nora Quinn.
And if you're Sterling, you can't let Cinnaminson get on the fast break because you have no time to set up your zone defense, and Cinnaminson is feasting right now on transition.
Stolen away. Cinnaminson on the fast break yet again. Layup does not go. Bounced around. It's on the floor. Sims comes up with it, takes a fall, and it's a traveling call. And yet again, Maddie Sims cannot believe it.
Yeah, Maddie Sims got put in a tough predicament. Got pushed down a little bit, tripped up, and fell, and as a result, travel was called.
Layup does not go for Quinn. Sims driving down the court, gets it stripped away, able to stay with it, and a jump ball is called. And it'll be Sterling basketball.
I like what Sterling is doing. They're trying to run out on transition and not let Cinnaminson get set in this tight man-to-man half-court defense. I like what they're doing, trying to run and get easy looks.
Lady Knights trail 20-13, less than 3 minutes to go in the quarter. Both teams have gone on their own types of runs. Layup does not go from Dram. And it looks like it'll be Cinnaminson ball. Referee kind of screwed up a little bit, kind of fooled us on who would have possession, but nevertheless, it is Cinnaminson ball. All refs are human, guys. They make mistakes. Rittler on the outside, pass underneath. Drive inside for Stenilevich. Layup does not go. Cinnaminson able to get it back.
Sterling got lucky there. Pretty pass from Shiloh Moore.
Goes out of play. It'll remain Cinnaminson ball. It looked pretty clear that Stenilevich just lost it and it went out of play, but it looks like, honestly, I'm not quite sure what that was about.
Might have been a warning to the super fans and a couple of the guys in the front row who didn't have something nice to say to one of the officials. He's letting them know, and that's something that could end up costing the Lady Knights.
You know, the traveling call against Gabby Harvey, so Sterling will go the other way, and I don't think we've seen something like that during this season, but I mean, if you were to see something like that, it would be in the playoffs, guys.
Yeah, absolutely, and especially in this gym where the baseline is right down next to the court.
Here is Sims. Quinn takes a fall she was looking for. Ball comes out, and we'll get a foul. Looks to be against Maddie Sims. Sims is second. Excuse me, her third. So Duffy will check in for Sims. 20-13 Cinnaminson, less than 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Here's a three ball, too strong. Cinnaminson somehow able to stay with it. Layup does not go. It's on the floor. Who wants it? It's a jump ball. And it looks like it'll be Cinnaminson ball.
And the past couple possessions, guys, Sterling has been getting killed on the defensive board. Cinnaminson getting too many offensive rebounds right now, and especially with Shane Duffy out there who's really trying to lock down the middle.
Long pass over to Moore. That one was tipped, but Harvey able to get it back quickly for the Pirates.
Yeah, so Dram hasn't really done it on the offensive side of the ball, but she's been great on defense for the Knights.
Layup is good for Shiloh Moore. Now a 9-point Cinnaminson lead. A minute and a half remains. 22-13 Cinnaminson. Quinn driving inside, loses it, ends up in the hands of Cinnaminson.
Yeah, so the turnover battle has been a huge part of why Sterling is losing in this game. They've been sloppy on the ball and have forced a lot of turnovers, and that's a big reason why they're down 9 right now.
Layup too strong, and it will go out of play. Remains Cinnaminson basketball as Zarnowski will check in for Rittler. 1:07 to go. Cinnaminson leads 22-13. Some tight defense by Sterling. Nice pass inside, and we'll get a jump ball. It'll be Sterling ball. Cinnaminson with another substitution. Rittler will check back in. She checks in for Nora Quinn. 1:01 to go in the second quarter. Cinnaminson with a 22-13 lead over the Lady Knights. Both teams have gone on pretty similar runs here in this quarter. Sterling had one. Cinnaminson answered back with another. Big steal away for Shiloh Moore. That layup does not go. And a foul is called. Clock will stop with 45.9 seconds.
And we're seeing it time and time again. The Lady Knights are turning the ball over because of this press man defense. Cinnaminson has done a great job locking it down on the defensive end, but give Sterling credit, went on a bit of a run and tried to stay in this game.
First one good for Shiloh Moore coming in. She's a 26% free throw shooter. She had a season high 17 points against Palmyra back on February 7th. Second one good for Shiloh Moore. So an 11-point game in favor of the Cinnaminson Pirates. And that will go out of play. Right now, the #1 seed looking like a #1 seed, having their tight defense be their star.
Yeah, Shiloh Moore picked up the Cinnaminson Pirates' 5th team foul, so Erin Quinn is headed to the line.
Quinn, a 71% free throw shooter coming in. First shot for Quinn is good. So now 24-14 in favor of the Pirates. Second one does not go off the front of the nylon. Pfeiffer with the rebound for the Pirates. Stenilevich on the left wing, able to find Harvey. Harvey slowing it up, backs toward the logo. 25 seconds to go, slows it up a bit. No need to be in any sort of a hurry with a 10-point lead.
Yeah, 10-point lead for Cinnaminson, but don't count Sterling out yet. You've seen them so many times. Just like that West Effort game, they came back from being down big. They have so many three-point shooters that you can never really count them out of a game because they can hit 2 threes in a row and be right back in it.
Shot cannot go, and that will conclude this first half. Again, as I said, the #1 seed Cinnaminson Pirates looking like a #1 seed as the Pirates hold a 24-14 lead over the Sterling Lady Knights. Second half action. We'll be right back after this. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I'm going to send it down over to Mr. K, Mr. Schulz, and Dan Leakin for our halftime show.
Thank you very much there on a very exciting first half of action. Sterling has had their chances in this game.
Yeah, they definitely did. And ever since the season started, Sterling is such a momentum-based team. And you could see when they started to build a little bit of momentum, the shots started hitting. I mean, we had that huge Morgan Sims 3. And, I mean, the place went electric on Sterling's side. They have to ride the wave a little bit. They can't get off track, or they're going to start to lose it a little bit here. As we see closer to the end of the half, their lead kind of, or their comeback kind of got stripped away a little bit. They got to work and get that back.
Their defense has done a very good job as well today.
Yes, I was talking to Mackenzie McDonald before the game started, and they said that zone is their strength, but that is Cinnaminson's weaknesses. And so they got to keep riding that wave. Again, like I said, they got to keep going. They got to keep pushing. And, I mean, Sterling can conduct a comeback with the right material.
Kevin, as you look at Cinnaminson, the #1 seed in this game, their freshman is really, really good.
No doubt about it. Gabrielle Harvey's coming in as build. She runs their offense, basically. They look for her. She's had the open shots. Just has a knack for scoring and a knack for knowing how to run that offense.
And it's been interesting as you talk Cinnaminson today. For them, they came out a little sluggish, but at halftime, they still have a 10-point lead.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. You know, the thing I like about I'm seeing from Cinnaminson, we were told they're a resilient group. Sterling came back to within 3. A lot of teams would fold that situation. But Cinnaminson, even though they were getting frustrated, not hitting from the outside, found a way to make things happen with those bounce passes down low, and the most important thing, they were able to finish.
So it should be a very interesting second half of action. Sterling down 10, but still in the game. The guys will be back with all the action when the clock resumes. We're at the half, about 5 minutes to go. In a couple minutes, they'll be back with all the play-by-play.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Sterling Channel 19. The Lady Knights trail this one at Cinnaminson High School to the Cinnaminson Pirates 24-14. Guys, the leading scorers for the half, Harvey leading all scorers for Cinnaminson and Sterling with 9, followed by Nora Quinn with 6, and Stena Levage with 5 for the Pirates. On the Sterling side of things, Ireland Kay leads them with 5 points, Erin Quinn with 4 points, and Morgan Sims with that big 3. Take a look at the free throw percentage. Sterling shooting 50%, 4 for 8 from the charity stripe compared to Cinnaminson 75%, 6 for 8. A little bit of foul trouble. Maddie Sims has 3 fouls, along with Shane Duffy having 2 fouls. And for the Pirates, Nora Quinn and Shiloh Moore both with 2 fouls. So thanks for tuning in with us here on Channel 19. I'm Jay Clark, joined by Connor Strauss and Brian McLernan. And guys, the Lady Knights really struggled to beat that man defense of Cinnaminson.
Yeah, their main struggle so far today has been really converting the layups and just getting good looks. I mean, haven't really had the open looks, have been kind of struggling against the press defense shown by Cinnaminson. And guys, we kind of knew coming in that Cinnaminson's defense is one of the strongest ones here in South Jersey, one of the reasons why they are that #1 seed.
Yeah, Sterling has really struggled with their passing. Cinnaminson has done a really good job of cutting off the passing lanes, which is a big part of their game. Obviously, they look to get the kick out for the 3, and they've really struggled with that, with Cinnaminson's defense really clamping up on them.
So still a good one on hand. The Lady Knights still in this thing, only trail the 1 seed by 10 points in enemy territory. We should have an action-packed second half. Thanks for choosing Channel 19 to watch this game. I'm Jay Clark, joined by Brian McLernan and Connor Strauss. Lady Knights season on the line. They trail by 10. Cinnaminson looking to survive and advance. Great crowd on hand here today from both schools. Cinnaminson student section and the Sterling Superfans really showed out, making the trek up to Cinnaminson High School on a Monday afternoon.
Yeah, we had a great drive here. We all jammed into Ben's car. It's a great time.
Ben Nicholas working the camera was the one that drove us all here today, so shout out to Ben Nicholas and Mr. K for packing in the equipment to make this broadcast possible. Thank you to Cinnaminson High School for allowing us to sit up in a pretty comfortable spot to watch this one and be able to broadcast it live to you on Channel 19's YouTube page.
Yeah, a beautiful gym and a beautiful view that we have been blessed with here this afternoon, and just a great crowd here on hand for both Pirates and Knights fans.
Stena Levich to inbound and get the second half underway. Gabby Harvey orchestrating the offense, finds Moore. Stena Levich in the corner. Harvey drives baseline, dumps this one. Now Stena Levich at the top of the key. Fires up a 3, rims out. Rebound, Lexi Kuhn.
Yeah, and that's a name we haven't really heard a lot, Lexi Kuhn, and she hasn't really found a lot of the ball here today. Hopefully she can get it right here.
Kuhn, 3, rims out. Strong rebound by Duffy, gets it out to Ireland Kay. Good offensive board from Duffy. Here's Montgomery Dram, guarded tightly by Harvey. Kuhn in the corner, back to Dram. Puts it on the floor. That one tipped and taken away by Nora Quinn. Quinn, pass up to Stena Levich, guarded by Kay. Shot is up and good for Stena Levich. Now the lead is 12 for the Pirates.
Yeah, so Cinnaminson picking right back up where they left off to end the first half. And if you're Sterling, who's usually a second half team, you need to be looking for the 3-point shooters here.
Duffy outside top of the key, guarded tightly by Quinn. Here's Dram. Dram with some space. That one poked, whistles, and a foul.
Yeah, and a team like Cinnaminson is so tough to scheme for because they have such a good defense that you can't really scheme for a defense like this on your offensive side of the ball. Usually with other teams, there's a certain way that they play their defense where you can find a hole, but you really haven't been able to find a hole in the Cinnaminson defense at this point.
Lexi Kuhn with a nice cut to the basket there. Trims the lead down to 10. 26-16, the Lady Knights trail the Cinnaminson Pirates here at Cinnaminson High School. Stena Levich outside to Harvey. Harvey from way past the arc. Rims out, rebound Quinn. Lady Knights pushing the pace. Quinn looking, finds Dram. Dram drives, corner. Kuhn doesn't go. Pass was tipped. Nice rebound there from Quinn, but stolen away by Stena Levich. 2-on-1 opportunity here. Stena Levich drives inside, whistles, and a foul.
Yeah, and one thing we saw in the first quarter when Sterling had the lead or when they were tied or barely trailing Cinnaminson is how good they were with rebounding. And you saw them pick up the rebounding there to start this third quarter. They really need to keep that going, but they also need to capitalize on those rebounds on the offensive side of the ball.
Foul went against Montgomery Dram, her second, so Stenilevich at the line. Makes the first one, 32% free throw shooter. She's also committed to play lacrosse at Jefferson University as a junior, so congratulations to Ava.
Yeah, Stenilevich also 659 career varsity points in 3 years coming in, so she's a very talented multi-sport athlete.
Dram with an opportunity, whistles and a foul. That one going against Gabby Harvey. Way to attack the rim there by Montgomery Dram.
Yeah, Montgomery Dram, she's been doing that a lot throughout this entire game. Just attacking the rim and doing exactly what Sterling has to do. We also want to shout out a former Sterling coach, that is Joanne Dacey in Georgia, for listening. So we want to appreciate them for listening in all the way from Georgia.
Still a 10-point ball game. Pirates lead it. Stenilevich outside finds Harvey. Quick ball movement here. Pfeiffer on the outside. Back to Harvey. Harvey thought about it. Now Stenilevich. Quick ball movement here to try and beat the zone from Cinnaminson. Pass down low to Moore. Moore guarded tightly by Lexi Kuhn. Cross-court pass Stenilevich. Shot is up and no good, and will be Sterling basketball.
Yeah, and it didn't result in points, but what I did like that I saw from Cinnaminson is Stenilevich creep into the paint when they were playing that trap defense. If Cinnaminson got a better look, they could have had her for an easy layup.
Duffy looking, pass to Quinn. Quinn drives inside, whistles and a foul, so that one will go against Shiloh Moore, her third of the contest. Cinnaminson with 3 team fouls.
So far, what I like from Sterling coming out of the break is their off-ball movement has definitely improved here in the half. Obviously, seeing that a lot from players like Lexi Kuhn and Erin Quinn.
Whistles and a foul. Superfans very upset. Erin Quinn very upset with the call.
Yeah, and another thing that I've liked from this Sterling team in this third quarter is their full court press. In this third quarter, it's helped out a lot, and it's kind of caught Cinnaminson off guard.
Stenilevich outside, picked up by Kay. Now Harvey at the top of the key finds Pfeiffer. Cross court to Stenilevich, put on the floor for Moore. Nice passing there from the Pirates, and the basket is good. Pfeiffer with 2 points to add to her stat sheet.
Pfeiffer coming in 53 2-point makes on the year.
Montgomery Dram answers right back. So just under the 5-minute mark, still a 10-point game. The Pirates lead it 29-19 here at Cinnaminson High School. Quinn, kick out, Stenilevich fires up a 3. She's got it. Too much space there for Ava Stenilevich, and she cans a 3-pointer.
Yeah, and that's a killer for Sterling, who's looked better in this third quarter. That is a tough 3 to take.
Teams are trading baskets. Sterling needs a couple stops to try and get back into this one. Kuhn at the top of the key finds Kay. Kay puts it on the floor, drives inside. Kay fires up a shot and is fouled.
And for the little threes that we've seen here at Cinnaminson High School, they have been very impressive to see. We saw Morgan Sims throw up a prayer in that first half from the A on the Pirates logo, and that was a big 3 that helped add to Sterling's momentum, and a great 3 right there for Stenilevich just a moment ago to get this Cinnaminson lead out to 13.
Morgan Sims checks back into the game for Lexi Kuhn. Ireland Kay off on the first free throw, about to attempt her second. Doesn't get the second one to go either. Ball batted around, ends up in the hands of Moore. Moore running, Quinn is there on defense. Moore blows by but doesn't get the shot to go. Erin Quinn running the offense now for the Lady Knights. Pass to Ireland Kay. Kay drives inside, loses this one, now on the ground, whistles, and we've got a jump ball. So it will stay with Sterling. Maddie Sims now into the game for Shane Duffy. Duffy guys did a great job in that couple pass sequences, really locking down the middle, grabbing a couple tough rebounds.
Yeah, and as we talked about, the advantage Sterling does have is their height against Cinnaminson, so definitely a big factor for Sterling defensively.
So here is Harvey. Harvey with too much space. Doesn't make the Lady Knights pay, but a strong rebound there from Pfeiffer. Kicks the ball back out to Harvey. Harvey driving inside. Pull-up jumper is good. Gabby Harvey with another basket to add to her total. She had a tremendous first half. Whistles and a timeout for the Lady Knights.
And sorry, Brian. And yeah, I've talked about Sterling's rebounds on the offensive side of the ball, but they have really struggled at getting the defensive rebounds. She's leading to second chance opportunities and points for Cinnaminson.
Yeah, and if you're a Cinnaminson fan, you really have to be proud of what Gabby Harvey has put on display here today. She was the Pirates' leading scorer heading into the second half, as she is definitely just putting on one heck of a show for Cinnaminson where it matters most.
Cinnaminson starting to run away with this one, 34-19. They lead it with 3:34 left on the clock in the third quarter. Thanks for tuning in with us here on Channel 19. I'm Jake Clark, joined by Brian McClernand and Connor Strauss. And guys, they've had no answer, as you mentioned, for Gabby Harvey.
Yeah, and one thing we've talked about a lot, both in the pregame and during this game, is that this Cinnaminson team is very well balanced, and that was definitely something we looked at on the stat sheets. A lot of balanced point scorers on the Cinnaminson roster, but Gabby Harvey really standing herself out, having one heck of a game, and she has really led this Cinnaminson Pirates team very well throughout.
The Lady Knights need to go on a run. We saw them go on a very similar kind of run at a similar point in the game against West Deptford. Let's see if they can do it here today. Pass too hot to handle for Maddie Sims. Still corrals it. Shots up and good for the sophomore. So now Harvey looking over the pieces on the chessboard. Finds Stanilevich. Back to Harvey. Pfeiffer outside. Stanilevich with some space. Fires up a three. This one doesn't go. Rebound Morgan Sims. Quinn pushing the pace. Quinn driving against Moore. Now backs it out. Dram tightly guarded by Harvey. Quinn fades off a screen, drives, whistles, and a foul. So a nice job by Erin Quinn there to find her way to the rim, and now has a chance at the line for two.
Yeah, a lot of drives toward the basket from Erin Quinn and Montgomery Dram have led to a lot of success. Obviously that basket not able to go, but good thing is it's sending her to the free throw line.
First one goes. Foul was on Nora Quinn. That's her third. Shiloh Moore checks out. Rittler checks in. Lady Knights are in the bonus. Quinn's second one is good. So now the Lady Knights trail this one 34-23 with 2:50 on the clock in this third quarter. Rittler outside, cross court to Stanilevich. Picked up by Sims. Whistles and a foul. Pretty clear one there. Lots of contact from Morgan Sims. Her second. Harvey outside. This one batted around. Quinn loses it. Hands of Maddie Sims. Quinn passed to Morgan Sims. That one was tipped away. Good defensive play there by Emma Pfeiffer, who is committed to play basketball next year at Newman University.
Pfeiffer also with 7 points in round one of this playoffs against Medford Tech.
Dram, layup off the mark. Harvey looking to run. Tightly guarded by Erin Quinn. Harvey driving, whistles, and a travel.
Yeah,
Cinnaminson fan section not happy about the call there from the official.
Yeah, and Erin Quinn, great job to not give up on that play. She had a great run there on that play. She's been very good on defense today.
Kay backs it out to the corner, guarded by Rittler. Kay for three. That one doesn't go. Rebound Quinn. Nora Quinn pushing the pace. Nora Quinn driving inside, goes coast to coast, whistles, and a blocking foul there against Maddie Sims. So that's her fourth. Something to be just a bit aware of. Shane Duffy looking to check in now, most likely for Maddie Sims.
Yeah, we've seen Sims getting quite a bit of foul trouble. She's been baffled on a couple of foul calls made by the officials so far today.
Nora Quinn's first free throw is off. Duffy checks in for, you guessed it, Maddie Sims, who's had a tough one here today. 4 fouls. Nora Quinn to attempt the second. Second free throw is good. Now the Pirates lead 35-23 with 1:50 on the clock. Kay outside. Drives towards the basket, but that one was tipped by Madeline Rittler. Cinnaminson has had a ton of deflected passes that have been tipped. Quinn now to inbound with 1:40.
Yeah, Jake, you said this game's kind of become like a juggling act for Sterling in terms of ball control.
Morgan Sims, 3-ball off the mark. Pass tipped around, will stay with Sterling. Last touch by Emma Pfeiffer, so the Lady Knights will have another chance here.
This is definitely a point in the game where you're going to have to capitalize on some of these chances that the Pirates are giving you.
None of them will be easy. Here's Quinn. That one taken away, ends up in the hands of Ireland Kay. Finds Morgan Sims. Here's Dram. Quinn outside, guarded by Pfeiffer. Drives baseline, attacks the rim. Shot just too strong, no foul. Sims with some space, fires up a long jump shot. Nothing doing. And Sterling still struggling to take the lid off. Hard foul away from the ball on Morgan Sims. That's her third. So now the Pirates in the bonus with 1:06 remaining on the clock. It'll be Madeline Rittler to go to the line. She's shooting 50% from the charity stripe.
And guys, something I don't really want to say, but I kind of have to say it. It kind of looks like the stress is starting to get to the Lady Knights a little bit mentally, as they really just cannot convert on some of the chances that the Pirates have given them, especially in the last few possessions Sterling has had.
Yeah, the Pirates have really kind of handed them some possessions, some chances, and Sterling hasn't been able to capitalize. And we talked all season about how important it is to finish and get the basket, and how important it is to capitalize on those opportunities.
Quinn driving inside. Pass was tipped. Will stay with Sterling. The Lady Knights have to turn something around, and turn it around fast, as under a minute remains in the third quarter. They trail this one 37-23. Here's Dram, puts it on the floor, finds Duffy. A cutting Erin Quinn controls this one, but the layup too hard. Zanarowski dribbling this one, looking, finds Stanilevich. Stanilevich picks up the dribble, looking for some help. Zarnowski outside. Stanilevich for 3. That one doesn't go. Batted around, rebound, Nora Quinn. Finds Stanilevich again, whistles and a foul. So Duffy picks up her third. And again, guys, the Lady Knights now, as we get deeper into this game, foul trouble is starting to creep up for them.
Yeah, already 3 players with 3 or more fouls in this third quarter as it is about to come to a close. Not great to see, especially being down so much heading into the fourth.
Guthrie checks in for Nora Quinn. Second free throw is up and no good there from Stanilevich. So Lady Knights pushing now, 15 seconds remain. Quinn working against Stanilevich. Quinn drives inside, layup off the mark, no foul, and the bench can't believe it. Duffy finds Quinn again, backs down Pfeiffer. That one doesn't go. A lot of contact and no foul yet again. Coach McDonald can't believe it. Prayer is up and no good from Rittler. So after 3 quarters, Cinnaminson with a pretty commanding lead, 37-23. We'll be back with fourth quarter action in just a moment. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Sterling Channel 19. Fourth quarter action is about to get underway. The Lady Knights trail this one by a pretty solid deficit to the Cinnaminson Pirates here on a Monday afternoon at Cinnaminson High School. The Pirates lead at 37-23. And guys, this could be the Lady Knights' last quarter of regulation in their season.
Yeah, quite possible, but I wouldn't count the Lady Knights out just yet. We've seen plenty of times where Sterling has faced adversity and overcome it. Very well could happen yet again here on the road.
Yeah, adversity really has been the word all season for the Knights. They faced so much adversity, and I wouldn't be surprised if they overcame more adversity here, but that's not going to help.
Shot is up and good, plus the foul for Pfeiffer. So the Pirates tacking on an extra 2 and potentially a third to their already big lead. Free throw is no good. Quinn hustles for that rebound. Here is Dram. Lady Knights have to put a little pep in their step to try and get back into this one. Nice cut by Erin Quinn. She drives. Basket's good by Erin Quinn. And guys, those are the off-ball cuts that we're talking about. Sterling needs more of that.
Yeah, Erin Quinn not afraid to be great as she drives inside the paint. Great stuff to see from her and a great way to start the fourth quarter.
Pfeiffer outside, puts it down low for Moore. Moore, that one was kicked out of bounds by Erin Quinn. .7:13 remains here. Pirates lead 39-25. Thanks for choosing Channel 19 to watch this one. I'm Jake Clark, joined by Connor Strauss and Brian McLernan as Pfeiffer heaves up a 3. That's way too strong. Morgan Sims racing up the court, tipped by Harvey. Quinn, cross-court pass to Dram. That one was tipped and stolen away by Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer running the break, picked up by Ireland Kay. Pfeiffer drives inside, shot doesn't go, but a foul is called. That's Kay's third, her second this quarter. Cinnaminson student section was booing the Overbrook boys team that's coming to the gym, as the Cinnaminson boys, I believe, play at 7 o'clock after this.
Yeah, Overbrook, we saw them play at Martin Luther King Day tournament. They were a pretty good team.
I believe they took on Wildwood Catholic, and that game was a thriller that went to overtime, if not double overtime. That's right.
I remember the buzzer beater that Overbrook hit to send it to overtime, too. I was on PA for that game.
Sims for 3, front iron. Rebound, whistles, and a foul on Erin Quinn, so that's her third.
Yeah, and as this game moves on here in the fourth quarter, a ton of starters getting into foul trouble. Not great to see when Sterling faces this big of a deficit.
Stanilevich outside finds Harvey. Now Pfeiffer. Harvey working outside. Stanilevich again, thought about a 3. Quinn down low. Pirates doing a good job of working the ball around. Nora Quinn past to Shiloh Moore. Moore looking. Stanilevich in the corner, guarded by Kay. And the Pirates taking their time as they should with a big 15-point lead. Harvey for 3. Doesn't get that one to go. Batted around. Maddie Sims tried to corral it, ends up in the hands of Nora Quinn. Quinn looking, finds Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer drives inside, whistles, and a foul on the floor. That one going against Morgan Sims. So that's Morgan Sims' 4th foul.
Looks like Maddie Sims will check out. Shane Duffy will check in.
So now in the corner is Nora Quinn. Works it back out, finds Moore. Stanilevich outside. Stanilevich working, now back out to the wing. Finds Harvey. Lady Knights really have to get aggressive and start looking to try and take the ball away. Stanilevich with some space. Puts it on the floor, pass to Shiloh Moore is up and good, and they are beating this zone defense to perfection.
Yeah, exactly. Just great ball movement, great passing all around by this Pirates team, just dissecting it perfectly.
Pass was taken away, ends up in the hands of Harvey. About 5 minutes remain, 42-25, the Pirates lead over the Sterling Lady Knights. That one taken away, ends up in the hands of Shane Duffy. Montgomery Dram running the break, goes up, no foul, but will stay with Sterling.
Yeah, and a lot of missed shots from this Knights team where if they made those shots, you're looking at a much closer game, maybe even Sterling having the lead, but they missed a lot of open opportunities and what could have been great chances for the Knights.
Quinn's three is off the mark, batted around and rebounded by Nora Quinn. Shiloh Moore gets it over to Harvey. Pfeiffer outside, pass down low to Moore. Pass was tipped, and Dram takes it away. Poked out, but ends up in the hands of Ireland Kay. Kay driving. Kay drives inside, whistles, and a foul. So Ireland Kay going to the charity stripe.
Yeah, Ireland Kay coming in as 67% free throw shooter, and if Sterling really does want to make a late game comeback, it really starts with making these free throws here.
First one is good. Lexi Kuhn checks in for Morgan Sims. Another interesting note, Shiloh Moore of Cinnaminson picked up her 4th personal foul. She's got to be careful, only one more to play with. 4:30 remains, Lady Knights trail 42-26. Coach Brent Jenkins not happy with the call by the official. Correction, that is Moore's 3rd foul. Second free throw is good from Ireland Kay, so 2 free throws to try and chip in to the Cinnaminson Pirate lead. Pfeiffer outside, finds Harvey. Cinnaminson looking to just try and work the ball around and get a good look. Stanilevich drives in. She's trapped. Back out to Harvey. Harvey with some space, sets her feet, fires. Shot rims out. Rebound by Lexi Kuhn. Dram racing up the court. Dram drives inside, forces a layup, doesn't go. Harvey out to Pfeiffer. Stanilevich puts it on the floor for Quinn. Ball moving around, ends up in the hands of Moore. Moore dribbles it out. Here's Harvey. Stanilevich with some space. Passes back to Harvey. Moore down on the low block. Pass to Stanilevich. Picked up by Quinn. Quinn pokes that one away. But now Harvey slowing things down. Sterling doing a great job of getting aggressive, but almost too little too late as they trail big. Moore wide open and a miscommunication in the zone there. Another 2 for Shiloh Moore down on the low block.
Yeah, and Cinnaminson has done such a great job of exposing the zone defense that Sterling has run this game, and it feels like they always have found someone open in the paint no matter when.
Emma Pfeiffer was fouled hard.
And the thing that the Pirates have really proved today is their patience. And on that last possession there, Cinnaminson was able to work and find an open look, as Jake said, and they were able to do just that, just taking time off this clock as they are 3 minutes away from moving on.
Cinnaminson doing a great job of dissecting the Sterling zone defense. And the thing to keep in mind is Sterling is eventually going to have to start playing the foul and hope that they miss kind of a game. Maddie Sims, Morgan Sims, both with 4 fouls. Erin Quinn, again, 4 fouls. Ireland Kay and Shane Duffy have 3 fouls. So a couple players in the rotation that are really in foul trouble late in this game. 3:04 remains. 44-27, the Pirates lead over the Lady Knights. And another thing to note, Sterling already at 5 team fouls. So Cinnaminson already in the bonus. As we mentioned, the Cinnaminson boys team, for anyone that's watching us here on Channel 19, is playing later against Overbrook. So that should be a good matchup. Overbrook, a very talented team. So we're about ready for action to get back underway. Pfeiffer at the line. That one is up and good.
Where Cinnaminson were able to get most of their points today was exposing the zone defense, as we talked about. They ran this play a lot where Stenilevich would run into the paint and kind of be left open because Sterling was too worried about trapping people on the perimeter.
Shots up and good there for Erin Quinn. A big basket from the senior. Cuts into the lead.
Yeah, Erin Quinn has been that senior leader all year with the amount of injuries that the Lady Knights have had to deal with this season. She's done a very good job at stepping up.
Fouls on Erin Quinn. That should be her 5th. So that's going to take her out of this game. And a brutal way to go out. Erin Quinn checks out of the game, fouls out of this one, but left it all out on the floor. Embraces Coach McDonald in a hug on the near sideline. And the Sterling faithful are showing their support. Morgan Sims will check in for her. Meanwhile, Stenilevich knocks down the first free throw. Brian pulled up the matchup between the Cinnaminson boys and the Overbrook boys. That should be a good game on hand at 6 o'clock here in this gym. Cinnaminson 22-5, Overbrook 20-7. So should be a good game in this gym. Foul there on Gabby Harvey. A little physical with Montgomery Dram. So about 2:30 remaining for the Lady Knights to try and get something going, but the task just got a lot harder without their senior leader, Erin Quinn. Lexi Kuhn in the corner for 3. That shot doesn't go. Harvey pushing the pace. Moore outside cross court to Pfeiffer. Harvey picked up by Kay. Open in the corner is Stenilevich. Stenilevich for 3, nothing but air there. Rebound, Nora Quinn doesn't go. Stenilevich, but a jump ball. So it'll be Lady Knight basketball as 2:01 is left on the clock. And guys, we knew it was going to be a tough game coming up against the number 1 seeded Cinnaminson, but the Lady Knights had a professional season with the way that they handled all those injuries and were still able to maintain a playoff run.
Yeah, I mean, with everything they went through, the fact that they were able to get a home playoff game just shows you how good of a job Coach McDonald did coaching these girls through all that adversity. Obviously, they lost 4 or 5 starters at some point in the season, so much adversity, and it's really impressive that they were still able to host a playoff.
Yeah, and a lot of emotions most likely going through the head of Coach Kate McDonald. Obviously, a very emotion-filled season, probably her most emotion-filled season ever as a head coach, and you just never know what the future of this Lady Knights program will hold after this season.
Basket is good for Montgomery Dram down on the floor, has a chance for the and 1 free throw. We'll have a post-game show to follow with members of both teams. Free throw is good there from Dram. And through all the injuries, Brian and I made a video, what could have been. This Lady Knights team could have been something very special at the top of Group 2 with everybody healthy. They would have been the team to beat, but that now goes to Cinnaminson, who looks like they will survive and advance and take on the winner of the 4-5 matchup between Haddonfield and Haddon Township.
And what we really talked about, Sterling, even with the injuries, still a very special team. As we've talked about, even with the injuries, able to host a home playoff game, able to win a playoff game, and come on the road and obviously not going to be victorious against the number 1 seed Pirates, but put on a quality effort overall.
So not the ideal ending for the Lady Knights. Again, we will have a post-game show to follow with members of both teams. A great season for the Sterling Lady Knights. The team was plagued with injuries, and Coach McDonald put her players in fantastic positions as now Cinnaminson will take the starters out. Stenilevich, free throw is up and good. So Ireland Kay bringing the ball up for the Lady Knights as seconds dwindle down. Kay's shot is no good. Rebound Morgan Sims doesn't go. Nice job to keep it in play. Lexi Kuhn for three, doesn't go. Whistles and a foul on Morgan Sims. So that should take her out of this game, her 5th personal. Maddie Sims checks in for Morgan Sims. 100 made threes in her high school career. The seniors left it all out on the floor. Madeline Rittler will go to the line. A tremendous season. They hosted a playoff game against West Deptford where they were victorious, had the clean sweep in season. Cinnaminson just too much of a task here today. Again, thanks for tuning in with us. 33.5 seconds remain. The Lady Knights trail 49-32 against the Cinnaminson Pirates. We'll have a post-game show to follow as Kay fires up a three. That one doesn't go. And that should be all she wrote for this one.
Valiant effort by the Lady Knights here this afternoon. Just unfortunate that they could not get it done. But a special season nonetheless.
Montgomery Dram with an aggressive foul. 7.1 seconds remain here. We'll send Hobson to the line. I think you're starting to see the emotions get a little bit of the best of the Lady Knights players. Free throw is up and good for Hobson. Extends the lead. Now Cinnaminson cracks 50 points in this game. Free throw is up and good. So the Cinnaminson Pirates will be moving on in this contest. Shot from Sims doesn't go, wouldn't have mattered. Sterling's season comes to a close, a tremendous one. And a Cinnaminson season will keep on dancing into the next round of the playoffs. They'll take on the winner of Haddon Township, the 4-5 matchup. The girls go through the handshake line, and that should do it. We'll have a post-game show to follow with members of both teams. Sterling, season comes to a close with a loss at the hands of the Cinnaminson Pirates, 51-32. We'll be right back with a post-game show.
All right, so welcome back, and I'm going to send it over to Jake Clark for the post-game show as Cinnaminson is able to get things done here this afternoon.
Thank you, Brian. Now joined by Erin Quinn. Erin, a tremendous individual season for you with over 300 points. Talk about what that meant for you to have in your senior season.
It meant a lot because I know like a lot of my team couldn't play, so I just wanted to do it for them and do the best I could for them.
Yeah, and you mentioned the team really couldn't play. A lot of adversity and struggle for you coming into this game, really having to carry a lot of the load. What was the mentality for you trying to be a big senior leader this year?
Honestly, I just tried to motivate my younger players and do whatever I could, play my hardest, and to do whatever I can to win.
And then now spring sports coming up. You're going to be out there on the lacrosse field, but talk about a little future plans for next year when you graduate.
When I graduate, I'm going to play soccer in Widener, but I'm not playing lacrosse. I quit, so I think I'm going to run track.
Well, whether out on the track or on the lacrosse field, a tremendous athlete. Erin, thanks for coming on with us. Tremendous season. And now joined by Coach McDonald, gives Erin Quinn a hug. Coach, obviously not the way we wanted to go out, but his season as a whole had a lot of players go down with injuries and still were able to host a home playoff game and advance to the second round. What does that say about this group's mentality and ability to fight through adversity?
You're gonna make me cry again. Just the resiliency and the character of these girls and what they were able to do this year is something I will never forget as long as I live. This is one of the most special teams I've ever coached, and I've had some special ones. This ranks right up there. What we did was very, very special this year.
Yeah, definitely was very impressive. And then talk about almost, I don't want to say blessing in disguise, but the amount of playing time that younger players got because of the injuries to some of the seniors and how that will benefit them in years to come.
Yeah, I mean, moving forward, the loss of the seniors hurts, but kids that probably wouldn't have played much got a ton of valuable playing time. And so now we go into next year as an experienced team with, you know, something to prove, and they know that they're tough and they know they have good character. And that says, you know, sets the tone for things moving forward.
Thanks for coming on this, Coach McDonald. A pleasure having you on as always.
Thank you guys so much.
And now we're going to get some players from the Cinnaminson side of things, now joined by Nora Quinn. Nora, you did a great job of really locking down the low post against Sterling. What was the mindset defensively coming into this one?
I just know that defense is a big part of our game, and our defense really is a strong part of our offense. If we get the ball and we go, it's where we get most of our points, and we just know we have to push out and play good defense, stop the team.
A great regular season, and the target on your guys' back being the 1 seed, but you guys were able to survive and advance. Moving on to the next round, what does that mean for this basketball team?
It's a big part, and we just know that we have to work as a team, and we can't be down on ourselves, and we have to push forward as a team and make sure our defense is locked down.
Thanks for coming on with us, Nora. Great game today.
Thank you.
Now going to be joined by Ava Stanilevich. Ava, tremendous game today. You obviously are the #1 option for the Cinnaminson team, averaging 10 points a game. What does it mean to really try and carry the load of this offense?
I mean, just coming from obviously my sister last year, just picking up the momentum and really just having a team effort, but it definitely comes from our defense, just getting out and supplying the energy. So.
Yeah, you mentioned the defense, a lot of tip passes, a lot of turnovers that led to easy baskets on the offensive end before Sterling could set up defensively. What does that mean for you guys to go out and try and run in transition, really out-hustle the other team?
I mean, I think that's just like our motto. Like, we want to get out, we want to be aggressive, and we just want to get the easy baskets, give us some momentum, so.
And now, being the #1 seed, Group 2 runs through you guys. What is the advantage of playing at home in front of the Cinnaminson fans?
I mean, definitely the fans bring a great atmosphere. It's just great to see everyone come out and show support for both the girls and boys teams. So.
Thanks, Ava, for coming on with us. Great game today. And now joined here by Coach Jenkins. Coach, tremendous game today. Your defense was really stunning in the way that it was able to create so many turnovers. Talk about how good defense led to easy offense.
Yeah, we talk about that with a lot of the athletes that we have, a lot of soccer players, lacrosse, softball, that we want to kind of play that style of defense, and also it can generate some offense for us. So we hope to cause some havoc on defense, and then it can generate some offense.
And this team, only one senior in the starting 5, a freshman, 2 sophomores, and a junior. You guys are already the #1 seed. Talk about having some underclassmen really set you guys up for years to come.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's a great thing. We only have one senior in the program. And at this point, the underclassmen are really starting to seem experienced. Like today, like you wouldn't have known who was the freshman unless you already knew she was a freshman. So that's obviously great. We still got to get much better, but really happy that the young girls can get a lot of experience.
And Group 2 runs through you guys being the #1 seed. Is that an added target or a little bit of pressure on your guys' back?
Yeah, I think differently. I think it runs through middle. Until somebody beats middle, they're the top dogs. And then you have some great teams, obviously Manchester Township, Haddonfield, Haddon Heights, and who knows, Lower Cape May is a really good team that we had to play earlier in the year. So I appreciate it. I think so, because people say the 1 seed. But I've been saying until somebody beats middle, middle's the top dog.
And then you mentioned Haddonfield. You guys either take on the winner of the 4-5, which is Haddonfield or Haddon Township. Anything you know about those 2 teams going into that one?
Yeah, unbelievable coaches, great athletes. They'll be prepared. They can really shoot, and both coaches will have them ready to go.
Thanks for coming on with us, Coach. Congrats on the win.
You guys do a great job.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Going to send it back up to Brian McClernand in the booth. Brian?
Thank you, Jake. Really appreciate it. Great post-game show as always. But guys, that is going to do it here at Cinnaminson High School. Sterling, their Lady Knights season comes to a close, but a very, very talented group of girls able to get things done here at Cinnaminson. A very, very talented squad, very talented team. It was a pleasure able to broadcast them here on Channel 19. But that is going to do it. I'm Brian McClernand. Thanks to Jake Clark, Connor Strauss, Dan Leakin, Ben Nicholas, Mr. K, Mr. Schulz, Mr. Strauss, everyone for making this one of the most unforgettable winter seasons we have had here at Sterling Channel 19. Guys, for all of us, if this is the end, one heck of a run it's been on.
It has, yeah. It's always been a pleasure to broadcast for Channel 19, man. I mean, I've done it for 3 years, and it's been so much fun. And if this is the end, so be it. But spring, here we come. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, spring sports, here we come.
Such a great time announcing all the games. Obviously, some very memorable basketball games over the years. Sucks to see it come to an end, but hell of a ride.
Exactly, and yeah, me and Dan Leakin will be on the call for the spring sports. But until then, that'll do it here on Sterling Channel 19. I'm Brian McClernand saying so long, and as always, go Knights.